So Eileen, how do clinical trials work? Can you tell me a little bit about how they're conducted at your center?
Sure. So there are various types of clinical trials, and we're talking about treatment-based trials. So we have very early studies where we're looking to adjudicate what's the best dose of a medication, maybe what the best schedule is, how frequently we should be giving it, whether we should be giving it in combination with other medications. Initially, we'll want to determine what the signal is in terms of safety and if there's any sense of effectiveness. If we identify those characteristics, then we'll move it often to a second stage where we're going to look at it in a larger group of patients, usually with a more specific setting of their disease. So, for example, in pancreas cancer, maybe people with a new diagnosis of metastatic disease. And then a late-stage study would be a phase 3 trial where we're trying to change the standard of care and bring new drugs into available options for patients. So that's one way that clinical trials are structured. In terms of other considerations for what we call biobanking studies, we'll have patients, if they agree, consider donating some blood at the time of a routine blood draw. Sometimes when patients undergo a biopsy, we'll ask their permission if we can take a sample of tissue for research, for studying the genetic makeup of their tumor, etc. Sometimes we'll refer patients to our colleagues who are interested in, say, supportive trials, maybe regarding counseling, regarding end-of-life issues and considerations with regard to advanced care planning. So there's a whole spectrum in terms of clinical trials. They are conducted with a lot of oversight and care. So there's an individual, the principal investigator, who has primary responsibility for the conduct of the trial, and he or she will work with a team, usually a research nurse and several study coordinators and data managers, and all of that team together supports the conduct of the trial, which is then overseen by an institutional review board and other committees that adjudicate the scientific merit, but are also ultimately responsible for patient welfare and safety.
I think it's also important to note that certain clinical trials may be conducted at your institution that are not conducted at mine and vice versa. And I know we've certainly sent patients to one another's centers. Sometimes we cooperate and we have studies that are ongoing at multiple places. And another thing patients will often ask is, because they come see one of us from far away and they ask, well, can I participate in this trial and get this experimental drug closer to home through my local oncologist? And unfortunately, we have to tell them the answer is no, but just because the level of oversight that you describe, and with safety being paramount, it really has to be under very rigorous oversight and control. So it does mean that they have to receive their treatment in the context of a clinical trial within the center where it's been reviewed and is open.
Yeah, absolutely. And some studies are just one center, but as you said, some of the bigger studies, and certainly the ones that may change practice, can be global studies,
right.
Not to mind just in the US. And they're always exciting to collaborate with colleagues from all over the world and to have patients be involved from all over the world.